I do feel like on stage when my body language is better, like I can get stuff off better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you mean? Like you look more confident?
Yeah.
You feel more confident?
Yeah, like if I'm saying something and my chest is out, I feel like chances are they're gonna roll.
It's gonna be smooth.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. But then chemically, I don't feel like doing that unless I know it's something to stick my chest out and say. Like, I couldn't just have my chest out with a new joke and just not know how it would go over.
Honestly, when I watch you when I've seen you do comedy, you stand like that anyway. Like you always seem like you really projected yourself. You know, you feel like a kid like doing a speech in class. Like,
I got you.
You know,
that's hilarious.
I ain't never thought like, oh, you know, he's like, you know. You don't put, like, sometimes I'm on stage and I'll have this bad habit of looking down at the floor.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, you know.
Right.
But also it's just like a disposition of like just talking, having a casual conversation with people. But yeah, you need to look up though.
I've been doing these shows where they'll put a clock on the floor. And so then.
What, like a projector?
No, like a clock to let you know like how much time you're doing, or like sometimes like a theater there'll be like a clock on the edge of the theater. But then sometimes we will like be looking at it too much.
Yeah, no, I don't need that. Don't
keep checking in like, all right, 12:37, okay,
right.
All right.
No, it seems like a plus, but at the end of the day, just throw me a little light, and I usually don't even know how much time come after the light. Sometimes I'm like, okay, what that mean? Minute?
Minutes? Well, like in recording myself all the time now, I see, okay, everyone doesn't light the same. Some people light you early. Some people light you based off of feeling. Some people light you based off of a rigid time. Yeah, you know, like everybody lights different.
Yeah, that's true.
We get into inside baseball, you know, the comedy fans and the non-comedy fans out there might not even know what lighting means. I hope so. Those are the people I want at shows that don't know nothing about the inner workings of comedy, just want to see some jokes. We got JoJo T Gibbs in the building.
What's up? We love it. What the bottle girls?
Were you hyped when this song came out?
Oh, did you put this song specifically for me? I was like, okay, yeah, this is my state's anthem. Thank you for that. I was
like, this is about to be so corny.
You thought I was gonna turn up. You thought I was like, he letting this play for a long time. This is shit, clearly. No, Petey Pablo, yeah, he came out with a hit when that song came out, and I was like, maybe middle school, freshman in high school. So, we going to the football games and stuff. It's a good time. Yeah, we definitely, it was good to have an anthem because don't nobody give the South enough credit.
Right. When I first heard it, I was with my family. Our family reunion was in Durham, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like we even had like closing reception or whatever, like at Duke.
Oh, you must have a big family.
It was big that year. Some years it's bigger than others.
Okay.
But that year we had a great turnout because a lot of the family lives in Raleigh and Durham.
Raleigh.
Yeah.
Raleigh. Maybe some people do call it Raleigh. Don't let me correct you.
I'm not from there. I'm not from the Bull City. I just, I got family there. Okay. I might slip up.
Where are you from again?
I'm from Atlanta.
Oh, it's not too far. Okay.
Yeah. Down the road.
Yeah, I went to school in Chapel Hill, so I was right between Durham and Raleigh. And I lived in Raleigh for a little minute after I graduated. So, yeah, if y'all got to go to Duke, that sounds expensive.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was just one of the days. Like the other days we went to the park and stuff. But but it was crazy. But I heard the song Raise Up by Petey Pablo. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. They got this song. But I'm thinking this song might have existed for years.
Oh, maybe you
late. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm late.
Yeah.
Then we get back to Atlanta. They start playing Raise Up in Atlanta. I'm like, oh, this is traveling.
Yeah.
This is outside of North Carolina.
It was a hit.
Yeah, it was a hit.
Petey Pablo had a good little run.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a story on, like a YouTube on like what happened to Petey Pablo.
Right.
And he had like 3 hits. Another one, Freak a Leak.
Freak a Leak.
Yeah, that was my joint.
Yeah.
He did a song with Sierra.
Goodies.
Yeah, he was on
He's
one.
in Drumline.
He was in Drumline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a cameo. I think he had a brand sponsorship with E&J one time.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
one
right.
of them.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, it sounds like stomach ache, but get that bag,
Yeah.
But yeah, Petey Pablo definitely put North Carolina on the map in terms of like people from other states saying North Carolina, because nobody, before then.
I could have played some Cole. I could have, you know what I'm saying? I could have played some, Little Brother, but, some Rhapsody. But I'm
play that Petey Pablo. Yeah, I mean, those, they should be bigger, but Petey Pablo, that song, it's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I mean, definitely was in the club in college.
Yeah?
Yeah. I never took my shirt off, but
okay.
I had some friends that did.
You saw some people whip it like a helicopter?
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody ever let it go and like their shirt hit somebody or they had to get their shirt back?
No. I never.
Hey, let me get that back, bro. Hey.
I never witnessed it myself. But some people definitely not the sound effects. I had a good time in North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, but North Carolina.
I know you went to Chapel Hill, UNC Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
What part of South Carolina?
I'm from Gaffney, South Carolina. A really little town, and I'm from Hampstead, North Carolina as well. Like I would go back and forth, and then I ended up going to college in North Carolina. But it was good times. I prefer North Carolina. Like if I went back to the South and got a house, I would probably get one in North over South. But it's two different vibes. Crazy.
It's
enough.
Definitely 2 different vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just in South Carolina, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. I got there on the 14th, so maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And I actually had a good time, but I usually be ready to go. It's a little town. I was like, when everybody at work, it's literally nothing going on.
It's a small town where you go somewhere and people be like, man, sorry. Sorry, we ain't got more for you to do.
Apologizing on behalf of the whole town. Like, we know where you coming from, and that ain't what. But my family turns up. Like, we just need each other and some cards and some liquor.
Facts.
And it's a good time. But yeah, it's a little town, and I overeat when I'm there too, because everything is fried.
Okay, who has a better barbecue sauce, North Carolina or South Carolina?
You know what's crazy? When I was growing up, I had the best barbecue I ever had in my life from this place called Maurice's Barbecue.
Okay.
But my mama wouldn't let us eat there no more because he put up a Confederate flag. And I was like, damn, Maurice, why you gotta be racist?
Yeah.
Like, he made all his money and was like, fuck you niggas.
This is South Carolina?
It was in Columbia, South Carolina. And he had this yellow barbecue sauce that was so delicious. You remember?
I've been to this spot.
Maurice's Barbecue?
Yes.
What year did you go? Because if you went after the Confederate flag.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, we went to the spot. And then there was like another room that had like where they sell the sauce. Mm-hmm. But then it was like rebel flags going crazy.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, y'all tricked me.
It's a tough one.
Because I was really about to buy the sauce, and then I'm like, I don't even want to be in, like, I don't feel comfortable in here anymore.
Yeah. He didn't always have the Confederate flags. He got old and was like, I don't care no more. Like,
this might have been like 10 years ago, maybe more, maybe longer, because we drove through. Yeah, this might have been like 2011. Because I feel like I did a show in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and we was on the way back.
Okay, yeah.
And we stopped through Columbia.
Yeah, he might have threw him up in like 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, 2005.
Okay. All right. Vote or Die just had him tripping.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, something, because we would eat
like,
Maurice's.
did he not go get people?
Man, my mama cut it out. She was like,
Pre-Obama.
Ain't no more Maurice's. He would have been hot if he would have been here. I think he gone now, but
dang.
Yeah, that Maurice's was delicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, don't eat there.
Don't eat there. Yeah, don't
support
eat there.
Racism.
Yeah.
He said
Get
he
your
wasn't racist.
mustard-based barbecue sauce somewhere else.
Yes, but you know what he would do? He would make commercials and have black people in them, and they would be like, "I love Maurice's barbecue."
That's telling. That's telling. When you gotta go in, you know what I'm saying? Make sure there's a black person in your commercial to give a testimony. That's telling.
I was like, I wonder how much they got paid. Not enough.
No,
not enough. I was like,
but the catering was on point on set.
Yeah, they definitely was eating Maurice's barbecue on set, and I know it was good because I miss it. But yeah, I can't believe I said the name of the place. Now I'm like,
yeah. Do we need to blur it out? We can blur it out.
Whatever. They should be known for their bad ways too.
It's probably just gonna be me on the mic like blur, but I'll just copy that and put it over there if you need me to.
Oh no, I said it a few times, so I'm gonna have you working.
I'll copy paste. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say blur one.
If you want to put the work in, then do your thing. I'm not the best with editing, so it frustrates me every time.
Really?
Every time. That's why I didn't do journalism after school, I think. But I wouldn't have had to edit at that point.
Nah, you might have.
I might have though.
Like I was an intern at CNN, and that was like my first job was like editing in the sports department.
Oh wow!
And that's not what I wanted to do, but that's that's where I ended up.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull this closer to me. Oh yeah, that's better. I feel like I was like leaning over. An internship at CNN is dope.
It was really dope. Yeah, they were proud, and it bought me some time to like do stand up in the city and stuff because they could tell people my son's working at CNN, and then meanwhile at night I'm running around trying to do stand up. So yeah, no.
Where'd you go to school?
University of Georgia.
Oh, that's dope. So right after school you moved to New York.
To Atlanta.
Oh, you was doing it in Atlanta?
I was doing it in Atlanta.
You were doing stand-up in Atlanta?
I was doing stand-up in Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never, associated with Atlanta. I mean, I know they got, stand-up
They got
clubs,
a great scene. They got,
that's what's up.
more than just the clubs. It's little shows every night. There's audience members at shows. Like, people like seeing open mics. People like seeing people brand new. Yeah. So
that's dope.
You kind of get spoiled there because you're like, you get used to audiences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then like for people who come up in Atlanta, they'll go to New York and LA and see those mics and it's like jarring. It's like, wait, how do y'all there's no people here. It's only us. And most of in LA, everybody don't even get up. Yeah. So then there's people there who are not getting up, just watching you.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're upset.
Yeah, well, me and my friend was talking about that the other day, how in New York you can get up a few times in one night. And, that really helps with by the end of the night, your set is tight, because you don't try stuff and figured out what works and how to say stuff or wait, And so, LA is kind of like a dry run each time, like you get on stage and that's the first time you trying some of this stuff out. Unless you tried it before, but, it's probably your first time that night doing it, So, I don't know. New York seems more conducive to, from what I've heard, comedy. And Atlanta seems like, too.
Yeah, no, you can get up every night. I would say the big difference between Atlanta and New York is the variety of audiences. Like, in Atlanta, you pretty much got maybe 3 demographics that you can get in front of. Okay. And in New York, it's like infinite. You'll have a night and it's just people traveling from Australia in the crowd. And then, you'll do a show in Harlem and it, be, somebody would go up and be like, where are the Jamaicans? And then they'll be making all this noise. Like, dang, I did not know. Like,
they was all around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds promising. I would love to do a summer in New York, just to get around and try out the scene.
Summer in New York is fun.
Yeah, I would love. Hot. I heard, but you know what? I want a warm summer's night. Like that's what I miss about the East Coast over LA. Like even during the day lately, it's been pretty chilly. I'm like, when is it gonna warm up?
Right. No, at night in New York, now if you could go on the train, it's too hot. Like, if you get on that train platform, it's like, all right, now this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
But just walking around and just, it's at night, it's straight.
Oh, yeah,
Super straight.
East Coast, nighttime, summertime, you can wear a short sleeve shirt, no problem. And I'm sure New York, like, I was home, like I said, and I could hear the mosquitoes and the bugs. I was like, see, this the problem.
Yeah.
With summertimes on the East Coast is the bugs. But I'm sure New York is better because it's just probably so many people, it ain't
I
the
think
country.
the bugs are coming out here.
You think?
I think so.
Why you think that?
Because we've had all this moisture. We've
I
had
don't know.
all
Well,
this
we don't
rain.
really have humidity.
We had all this moisture. I feel like the bugs might be on the way.
I don't know. I don't think that's how that works. I don't know if they just crossed
I'm
the
not
United
a scientist.
States. Clearly. Clearly. That's a terrible hypothesis. I would never think that. I heard that bugs out here can't because of the temperature. I see what you're saying, though.
See,
because
it's
raining.
cooler.
But because they grow better in warm, humid places. LA ain't warm and humid, especially at night. You know what I'm saying? So that's why mosquitoes don't really flourish out here. But we got them.
We got them.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, it's way more now than it used to be.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I hear, like, back in the day, you would never see a mosquito
bite
out here. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've been here since 2015, so maybe it was
Yeah.
different back in the day. But yeah. So I don't know.
2015, where'd you come from?
Like Maryland.
Okay,
I was about to say DC, but I hate when people, you be like saying the biggest city near where you was. But Maryland, I was in PG County, Maryland.
Okay.
And, I was staying with my mom, and right before then I was in Savannah. And so I just made a pit stop in Maryland for like a year because I was hella broke. Even when I moved out here, I was still broke.
Right.
But,
that's part of the journey.
Yeah. Praise God for deliverance. And sustainability in that deliverance. But it is a part of the journey. Like, I moved out here with like $300, and I think I got like a $72 parking ticket my first night in Koreatown. Yeah, I was like, Lord, you know my situation. Like, why would you allow this? But everybody got a ticket because it was like a festival the next day.
Right.
So
but like whatever. 72 is a lot.
Yeah, that was like 1/3 of my money right there. I had like $300, maybe a little space on a credit card, and that was it. Like, yeah, and somehow I still moved out of my friend's place in a month. Like,
wow.
Well, shout out to my mama. She helped me with my down payment. Shout out to the moms. We love the moms. She helped me out with my deposit for my apartment, and then I just basically was like, all right, well, now you got to make rent for the next month. So I had some BS jobs. Off. Oh, yeah, they were terrible. Like, my first job was a marketing job where we did icebreakers every single day because the turnover was so high. Okay. And we had to...
That's wild. Every day it's like, how many activities we gonna do?
Every day.
I'm just not gonna meet everybody. Just some people not gonna know me. I gotta get some work done.
Oh, I absolutely wasn't trying to meet nobody. It was more so that the turnover was so high that they had to retrain people. So it was like, we might as well integrate the whole group into training. And it wasn't nothing special. I literally had to go out into communities, to businesses to get them to upgrade their Spectrum internet and phone service. Okay. But in dress clothes, not a polo and slacks, in like a pencil skirt, heels, so unnecessary. They made us like dress up. And it was all commission, and if you didn't make anything, they would pay you $250 for the week. If starting off, I think the first 2 weeks I only made $250, and then I was like, you can't do this no more. Like, I gotta figure out my little sales tactic and whatnot. And so I started making more money, but I was out of there in like 2 months because I was like, this is. Also, they had a mandatory happy hour where they didn't pay for the drinks. I was like, are you crazy? Like, mandatory happy hour once a week. They don't pay for the drinks, but we gotta come.
I'm gonna stop drinking at that point. Oh yeah, no, I don't drink.
I don't drink, and I don't want to spend time with y'all. I don't want to have a mandatory off the clock meeting every week with people I are colleagues.
That sounds illegal. Like that
It does sound illegal. I was like,
that
no.
sound a little sketchy.
Yeah, they like it's one of those companies that tries to push the whole we're a family, you know, that propaganda type talk, you know, where it's like, but you know, this is just the what's it called, the what are when they try to sell that it's the culture of the company, you know, this is the culture of our company where, you know, we meet up and don't pay for your drinks and force you to drink together as a group of broke people who shouldn't be spending money on drinks. But yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out to you. Your back was against the wall. You figured it out. You know.
Yeah.
It sounds like that Vector Knives type of
it was
door to door. You know.
It was
type of situation. Yeah, but
it was.
You know, you figured it out.
I did. I ended up at a gym for a little while, and that was cool. And that got me to balance things out. But really, what settled me into LA was teaching. Like, I finally could like breathe for the first time. But yeah, it was a struggle initially, and I don't know what took me so long to finally be like, use your degree.
Yeah,
I do know. I didn't want to get a job that required a degree because I didn't want to potentially be persuaded into moving up in any regard, you know. Like I didn't any job I did, I would do it well. Like I would just go in there with this mentality, like, well, you here, so do what you got to do. And you know, they would always be like, you should be a manager, you should be a this, you should. And I'm like, if I get a job with a decent salary, I might be persuaded to do that. So stick with the lower, you know, jobs that you know ain't gonna, you know, persuade you to stick around. But teaching, I had to let them kids know straight up, I'm not in LA to teach.
Yeah.
At all. Like, I love y'all. I love y'all, but I would be abroad. Why would I be here? But I love the kids. They was cool.
Yeah, you know, I always wanted that moment where the boss just fires you and they're like, you got a talent. You don't need to be here. You need to hit the streets. You need to, you know go be a star. And that never happened, but like I kind of created that situation.
Oh, what happened?
You know, I stopped, like, you know, my badge ran out and...
Oh, at CNN?
Yeah, and I was like, all right, you know,
what
like
you mean?
I could...
You showed up one day and your badge wasn't working?
Like, you got to send, you know, an email saying, hey, like, well, I had noticed, like, some people's, you know, they had to wait a minute before they came back after they badge or whatever ran out. And so...
When you say it ran out, what you mean? They let you go?
They didn't let me go.
What you mean it ran out?
But
How
also,
I
didn't follow up on, like, getting a new badge. I just kind of, like, you know...
You're not explaining it all the way. Something is missing.
Okay, on the badge, on your badge, it got a date.
You're an employee. Oh, you let your badge expire.
I let my badge expire.
Okay.
And then, you know, I was like, hey, can we talk about this? But I never said, you know, but that I feel like they knew I had like one foot out the door. I had started doing colleges at that point. Like I was, you know, traveling a lot. I was out a lot.
Yeah.
And so then it just, you know, I just kind of took it as that. But then as the game goes, I had to, you know, get right back in the workforce again, you know.
Damn.
And so, yeah. But
were you in Atlanta at that time?
I was in Atlanta at that time. But then when I moved to New York, real quick, it was like, oh, okay.
Dang.
I was not used to, you know.
Yeah. So what'd you have to do after you quit CNN? What job did you go into?
Moving jobs.
Moving people? Oh no.
I was moving. I was working for the temp service. I worked the desk at, you know, different companies. Tommy Hilfiger, I worked the desk one day. I should have wrote his phone number down, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tommy will do a deal.
Red Hook in Brooklyn, which was like 2 buses away. I had to like change buses to get there. No train to get there. But there was a alternative school I used to work the front desk at.
Okay, but these were all temp jobs. So you was just jumping around. How long did you do temp jobs?
Pretty much until I started like writing picked up. I sold a couple shows and then started getting in writers' rooms and stuff. But even after I sold the first show, I was still, doing the temp stuff.
Yeah, because you was like not fully feeling like you could let it go yet, or
well, the money was like. As you turn in drafts, you get paid.
Okay.
And so it just be like, all right, these drafts ain't going in fast enough. So then I would just have to
do that. Dang, I tried to get with a temp service company here, and they never called me back.
Really?
Yeah, and then that's how I ended up doing teaching, because I was like, I got to make more money, but it can't be something I might, like I said. But dang, that's crazy. Temp jobs, doing substitute teaching, it sounds like you were kind of the same. I had to jump around from school to school, but every day.
Oh, no, I was at the same school. It was a lady, she worked the front desk, and she needed time off. So I was, like, when I could, I would go in and work the front desk.
Okay.
But, like, the kids at the school were, like, 17 to 21. So I had to dress up just to not look like a kid, just to not get yelled at on my way to the desk.
You like,
where you going? I'm late.
I'm
actually
an employee. Here's my badge. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So what year did you move to LA?
I moved to LA in 2019. So I was in New York 15 to 19. Then moved to LA 2019.
Okay. So dang, right before COVID, you ain't even really get them
right
2
at the
years.
buzzer, like 9 months of I'll get around to that. I'll do that later, and then no.
And then COVID happened. Right now, kind of feels like COVID with everything going on in the industry, but not really, because it's not the world, and your landlord has no empathy for it. Which mine didn't during COVID either. I was scared to not pay my rent, but I wish I had. I wish I had just kept the money in my savings account, waited to see what happened. And then, but I didn't want nobody looking my way. I'm like, I don't want to cause no problems. So I just paid my rent. But from what I'm hearing, people who didn't pay their rent didn't have to pay it back and still got to stay in their place.
It depends.
Maybe they paid 50%.
It depends,
or something like that. But it's messed up. I think, like, as a person who would love to own a few properties, if I ever become a landlord, it's like, yeah, I want my money.
Right.
So I really was thinking about that too. Like, even though my building is owned probably by a multi-millionaire, still, they hopefully earned it.
But a lot of multi-millionaires was losing millions. And so it's like, I'm going through that now. I'm in a building. When I moved in, everything was nice and high tech, and now it's like, yo, it's
looking run down.
It's getting crazy over here.
From 2019?
No, not even from then. From like 2021.
Dang.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's just people just reckless, just tearing stuff up?
I think there's some wear and tear, but then also it's like rain that people didn't predict, certain weather conditions people didn't predict, and so now it's like, all right, there's some factors that weren't factored in.
Okay. Yeah, I got a stain on my car from the rain coming off the pipes in the garage and eroding my paint, and I was pissed off about it, but it's a lease, so it's going back.
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna take it to get it fixed, and I said, why? That's time, money, and essentially I don't care. And the lady that sold me the car pissed me off.
Yeah.
So she told me she was bringing me another car, and then when they brought it down, it wasn't the car I wanted. But I had already gone through all the paperwork, and I was extremely exhausted. You know how it is buying a car; it takes all damn day. And I had sold my car already.
Okay.
So it was just no going back, and I was like, just so irritated, and I've been irritated ever since. Never walk away from a sale unsatisfied, because I promise you it will eat you up for months. Yeah, for about 6 months after that, I contemplated riding up to her job and not, doing nothing physical, but definitely cussing her out, because I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have left. I should have been like, yeah, draw that paperwork up. But it was just so, I was like, girl, I've been here for like 8 hours at this point. And I told you exactly what I wanted. And yet, it's not here.
Yeah. I that's one of the things I like. I did, like, Tesla, there's no haggling. It's just like a set price.
It sees what it is, yeah. Yeah.
And then you just kind of set what you want to put down, and then they determine whether that will work or not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I got a BMW, and I ain't really impressed, honestly. Oh, well, I will do brand deals with Mercedes, BMW. I love you. Holla at your girl. But yeah, yeah, she was the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, Teslas. I drove my best friend's husband's Tesla. Like he was like excited about it and wanted me to drive it, and it seems like it takes a little time to get used to. It was like it would. What was it? You got to let off the gas to make it go forward or something.
So the when it's like moving, the energy that while it's slowing down, that kind of recharges the battery. So the minute you let off the gas, it will start slowing down because it's pulling that energy
back.
Yeah.
I ain't like that because I'm like, what if I want to do a California roll? You know, that's not possible.
What's a California roll?
When you just roll through the stop sign, you know what I'm saying? You don't really stop. You just, roll through, quick look, keep going. That felt hard to do.
That's a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you might get pulled over.
See, I've been coming to a complete, and I've been like upset with people doing a California roll.
You should come to a complete stop. You should definitely feel your car jerk back. That's if I see police, I make sure but yeah, I mean, I'm from the country. Most of the time, it wasn't nobody on the road. I'm probably going to ease through that stop sign. I don't run a stop light. That's a whole different thing, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you right. In LA, you really shouldn't play with people. There's so many people from all over the place here, and you just never know their skills, or what they used to. So, what are these sounds? What do the sounds mean?
They just happen throughout the show. Don't pay
attention to the sounds. Ain't no correlation though. I hear them. I can't not.
It's just
random. I was with that, but then you damn went Star Wars, and I was like, okay.
It's just different sounds.
Okay.
You never know when you.
I feel like I should say something buzzy. When is this coming out?
Friday.
Oh, it's gonna be too late.
No, Saturday.
Okay, well, if this comes out Saturday, I have a show Saturday night.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at though, so that wasn't helpful. I thought it was gonna come out before another show, but I'm getting back into comedy. I'm gonna do your show soon.
Yeah,
I've already done your show. It was an amazing time. But yeah, like
Motherland, Cuisina Filipina Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, they got great spring rolls.
Eagle Rock.
Yes. Get some spring rolls with the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a Coke. Anyway, I had a good time. I'm trying to get back into comedy. Like, what's your secret to keeping consistent?
I don't know. I'm driven by like wanting to create and wanting to, I have goals. I feel like before I didn't have goals, I was just trying, just waiting to be seen. And so just honing, a set together to be seen by somebody to create more opportunities. And now I'm like, okay, I want to put things out.
I feel you.
And so I'm kind of working towards projects now. So I have like certain agendas of things that I want to talk about, that I want to say.
Yeah.
And that kind of like pushes me to, figure that puzzle out of the project.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I was acting and stuff like that. It's not like I haven't been busy, but at the same time,
acting.
but I gotta balance it out. I gotta get IMDb Pro.
plenty of projects coming up.
God
all over the world.
God is good.
Come on.
Listen, I can't even say that these things aren't true.
Right. No, like this isn't even a flex,
Nah, I mean, it's just, God is good. And I've been working. But no, comedy is what I started off doing in LA, and it's something that's admirable. I think that because I want every show to be the perfect show, but I just need to get up because Like when you get up on stage, like you and Sid, y'all don't feel nervous, you know. Like I be stomach tumbling in that mug. Like
inside, I'm a little nervous, especially like before the first laugh.
Okay.
Before the first laugh,
And
I'm kind of like tense.
Yeah.
And then after I get the first laugh, it's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know when I'm most tense is right when I'm watching the comic before me, and I'm like analyzing what they're gonna say to see if I can piggyback off of anything. Mm-hmm. And that's the most anxious feeling thing because you don't know what they're gonna say. And
right.
You like, yeah, give me an alley-oop. You know, like it ain't like you talk to them about it. You just hoping they say something to like alley-oop you into an intro. Yeah. That's how I do it.
I mean, I think that, you know, sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes somebody says something so crazy that you're like, I kind of have to address it.
Yeah, exactly.
But then sometimes it's a change of pace.
Yeah,
like sometimes you know, you have that friend that walk in a room, they'll say something and then the whole conversation would just change.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that's how it is. You just walk in and change the whole mode.
Yeah, I definitely do that too. Like sometimes there's nothing to work with at the end of, you know, but you know, it just depends. I like to keep the flow flowing, you know. Mm-hmm. But I got a couple shows coming up, and I want to write too. Like, you know, you saying you sold some shows, I'm trying to be saying the same thing.
Yeah,
I like your hoodie too. I didn't realize it was a WNBA hoodie.
Mm-hmm. I'm repping the WNBA.
Shout out to the WNBA.
Shout out to them. I don't have a team yet. I'm shopping teams.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have to. I mean, I'm an LA Sparks fan. So,
okay.
I mean, I'm in LA, and
they doing all right.
I have a friend that plays for the Sparks.
Okay.
So, you know, it's just I have some friends that play for other teams too, I believe, or used to. I don't know. That came from school with me. I don't know. I don't keep up with any.
Hey,
sports.
Just in case somebody out here claiming that they friends with JoJo, you don't want them to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got friends on all kinds of teams.
I was gonna drop names, but I ain't want to be one of them. You know.
No, you ain't got to drop no names.
Yeah,
you know?
I ain't gonna drop no names.
We ain't gonna say no names, but you know, y'all know y'all out there.
Yeah. I know folks.
JoJo, what's your favorite color? Sky.
Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Blue.
Okay.
I mean, I like a good sunset, you know, like with some oranges and reds and pinks, you know. That's nice.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the other day how Pride is coming up, and I'm not like I don't really do rainbows in terms of wearing them, but I do. I like them in the sky. Yeah. I think that's where they should be.
Why not wearing the rainbow? What
too many colors? They don't match with nothing. It's it's too much. It's like for me, you know, for me personally, I'm just like maybe like a 3-color max, 3-4 color max, depending on the vibe. But a rainbow.
Would you do like you and like a couple other friends? Like you take on Biv, blue, indigo, violet. Then somebody else take on red, orange, yellow. Somebody else take on.
Would I do that?
Yeah.
What you mean? Like, what you mean? Like, put the colors on?
Like, since you don't do the rainbow, would you be a part of a bigger rainbow?
Well, I am. I'm a lesbian. I date women, so automatic entry. I think I put my time in, but I see what you're saying. Maybe for Halloween, but probably not. Probably not. I'm more of an individualist. Doing group projects are not really my thing.
Okay.
But I love group. You know what I'm saying. Like a group Halloween costume, we got to stick together all night for people to get it, or else I'm just blue, violet, indigo, and they like, what that mean? And I'm like, well, like, my friends are around here somewhere. Biv. Yeah, like they're gonna be like, okay, and then I gotta rally my friends together. That sounds like a lot of work.
Maybe you should be G, so you just wear all green, and then people like, who are you? And you're like, I'm G.
I'm G.
And then you have green. Roy and Biv. Yeah.
I think they would have had to have a certain level of education to get the joke that who's to say, because I'm barely there. I know what you're talking about.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, the rainbow. Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, Roy G. Biv. I know what it is, but I don't know if everybody. Is that a universal thing that you think everybody would know? Roy G. Biv? I think
so. I think Roy is popular.
Roy
is trending.
That's universal enough for people to understand your costume.
If you don't know Roy G. Biv, then it's like, where'd you go to school? What what? How do you organize your colors?
Nobody is thinking about these things.
Vibe G.
No.
Exactly.
Nobody is like Roy G. Biv. Like you're the only person.
Everybody says Roy G. Biv.
A science teacher.
In Atlanta, Roy G. Biv is popping.
Oh my gosh.
We Roy G. Bivers out here.
No, sir. No, not at all. I
don't know about South Carolina, but
No, South Carolina ain't down with the rainbow that much. Very conservative, very Bible Belt Southern state. But I feel safe when I'm there, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Everybody is cool. But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I when I first moved to LA, my first Pride, it was this girl at the gym I worked with that had a crush on me. And I was still pretty much in the closet at that time, and she bought me this shirt, like a tank top, to wear to Pride, and it had bars, like prison bars, in the color of the rainbow on it, and it said "straight out of the closet," and I was like, bitch, I wish I would wear this shirt. Like,
that's crazy.
Straight out of the closet. She was like, this is something you can wear to your first Pride. It was sweet, but I was like, she put it on my desk at work, and I'm still in the closet, so why would you put a shirt on my desk that say "straight out of the closet," like at work, Yeah, it didn't get worn.
I don't get the prison bars.
Because it was like straight out of Compton, but straight out of the closet, like she's getting out of prison.
I forgot about the 2015-ery.
It should have been a door.
Okay.
Maybe instead of prison bars. I was a little offended.
A closet door.
Yeah.
A curtain or something. But not
the prison bars.
The prison bars is what's got me in a whole nother place.
Yeah, it was like you're in gay prison because it was rainbow prison bars. Straight out of the closet. I was like, yeah, you should have saved your money on that one. It's never been worn. I don't even know if I still have it, but yeah, I was like, I'm absolutely not wearing this to Pride.
Right.
So
I feel like if you're at Pride, you're at Pride. Like, you could wear rainbow stuff other times when people are like, oh, I know where this person aligns. But if you're there, you're there.
No, you really don't know how people align, even at Pride, because it's a lot of allies. I was just talking to one of my friends about that. I was like, straight women should have to wear certain color wristbands, like at Pride. Like, if you just here to be an ally, sis, let it be known.
Got you. You want a red light, green light, yellow light,
something for the men.
Situation.
I don't know how many. I'm sure there are straight men that show up to Pride as allies, but it's always a lot of women there, that are straight women who are allies. And my homie said, I'm in a relationship, but when I wasn't, my first Pride, it was very confusing because it's like, okay, why you here? If you ain't down with the rainbow. But we accept all. We love support and allyship. So, but at the same time, like everybody, I think we should identify yourself at Pride because people go to Pride to, especially if you a lesbian that don't be around a lot of lesbians, you going to Pride to scope the scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
have you ever been to Atlanta Pride?
No, I'm scared of Atlanta Pride. I'm terrified. Listen, lesbians in Atlanta aggressive as hell. Like,
it's the craziest weekend in Atlanta.
I can imagine.
You have Black Pride.
Yeah.
You have the college football kickoff. Like, Chick-fil-A has a big game.
Yeah.
They bring in 2 huge schools to play.
The Chick-fil-A Bowl? Is that what it's called?
The Chick-fil-A Bowl is in the wintertime, but this is like the Chick-fil-A kickoff. So this is like, some years it'll be Alabama. So like last year was like Georgia and Oregon. So you got this huge football game, and you have Black Pride, and then you also have Dragon Con, which is like the Comic-Con of the South. So you got Trekkies, you got comic book people, you
wow.
got like Doctor Who people, you got also,
If
and
you
they're
went to
all
anything-
in downtown Atlanta at the same time,
that's
in the
too
same
much.
hotels, going to Hard Rock Cafe,
In the summer?
going. It's Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
So yeah, September. So
Ooh.
early September. So you got
it's
the
hot?
heat. You got hot
Jeez.
costumes.
No.
And a costume you might not know where they're going. You might see someone and they got a tail, and they could be a fan of Tails from Sonic, or they could just be,
That sound mad musty. That sound like a musty city.
A fan of their team, or just wearing the tail to Pride. You don't know.
Atlanta becomes LA. Like nothing is off limits. Like you just don't question nothing, basically.
Well, the Black Pride makes it very different from LA. Because it's and also you have Atlanta.
Yeah.
You just have
Atlanta is just,
Lil Baby just might want to go out that night. You just you
everything could be popping off.
So other things are also popping at the same time.
It sounds like a fun time to be in Atlanta.
It's crazy. It's fun. It's not a fun time
Hectic.
to be traveling to Atlanta, but it's a great time to be in the city. It's nuts. Yeah.
No, that sounds like a good time. I want to go to Pride in Atlanta. We did for Twenties, the show that I'm in. Shout out to Twenties.
Can we talk about Twenties?
Yeah, let's talk about 20s.
I watched the show. I will admit, I watched it ironically.
Oh,
okay.
How so?
At first,
okay.
No. The first time I turned it on, I was like, "What is this?"
It just was on.
Yeah,
okay.
And I was like, "All right, we're gonna make fun of this." Blah, blah, blah. And then it was so good.
Oh yeah.
And you your performance, literally, you won us all over.
Thank you.
And then not only that, it hit home. I was like, I don't know if everybody should see this, because this is really getting into some stuff that, you know what I'm saying? It's especially the whole writer's block thing and going, and
feeling out of place,
and the politics of a room and stuff. And it was getting into some stuff, and I'm like, dang, how do you make this?
Yeah.
Because this is hitting so close to home. But it was a very dope show.
Thank you. I love shooting 20s. I had it was my first acting experience, and
really?
Well, I acted in student films.
Okay.
When I mooched off of my best friend's tuition at SCAD. I didn't go to SCAD, but I was at SCAD.
Okay.
And so I've done a few student films. Savannah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I shot my own project, but I had never been on a television show or film that was going to be out like that. And it was my first audition too. So
wow.
It was
wow.
I didn't have a manager, I didn't have an agent.
That's crazy.
God, it was divine. I can't even explain it, because I thought like you, somebody would see me on stage, and be like, she should be on TV. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. That never happened. What happened was my best friend and I, we co-wrote our own scripts, and we sent them out to some friends that we had gone to. Well, I didn't go to SCAD. She went to SCAD. But we all met our group and clique and friends who are all, directors, sound people, DPs, and, everybody was pretty fresh to LA. So we were all pretty eager to do something with our stamp on it,
Yeah.
And they read the script and they loved it, and they fuck with me and her, and they, volunteered. So on Saturdays, me, her, and our friend Kyle, well, her fiance now, we all produced it, and I was teaching and serving at the Cheesecake Factory, and then on the weekends we would start at 6 a.m. and shoot till maybe 2. Then I would have to be at work at the Cheesecake Factory at 5. So I would just bring my clothes with me, and
that's the grind right there.
Oh, it's grind season. And it's crazy how putting your head down and grinding for 6 months can change your life,
Yeah.
And divine
serving, it takes energy. You can't just come and serve and clock in and just walk around.
Oh, you moving.
Yeah.
At the Cheesecake Factory on the weekend in Santa Monica? Everybody and their mama be up in there.
Yeah.
Foreigners come to Cheesecake Factory because they think it's the quintessential nice American restaurant.
Okay.
Because they have a vast menu. They have so much stuff on the menu. And Cheesecake Factory, for the most part, is pretty good. I have never eaten there since I worked there.
Okay.
Just because, I don't know. I love Cheesecake Factory, but I was ready to get on up out of there. Them plates heavy as hell. Like, I was like, 6 more months, I'm going to get carpal tunnel up in here. I got to go. But I wanted to go home for Christmas break, and I was like, look, I just need a week, and they didn't want to give it to me. So I was like, all right, quit. But when I got back, they was like, you can come back. And I was like, nah.
Okay.
I booked this gig, we had shot the pilot for 20s, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just see what happened with this, but yeah, like that's how I got the audition for 20s was we were crowdfunding for the web series that we were trying to shoot. Okay. And divine timing, Lena just so happened to be casting at that same time for 20s. And, she pretty much if you were, a lesbian on Instagram and caught her eye, or if you just caught her eye somehow, she gave you a chance to not audition. And then most black actresses in the business audition in that age group. And I just knew, I said, this is it, because I don't have like I said, I didn't have any reps. And I was like, how did I end up in this room? It must be God. This must be my moment to get in. It's gotta be, Yeah. And yeah, it worked out.
That's fire.
Yeah, God is good. It was crazy.
Yeah. Like, how much of the what did you have any say in Hattie's, like, wardrobe, or like
Derica Cole Washington was the stylist the first season. Shout out Derica. And she was amazing. Honestly, I got these pants off the set. These pants were from 20s. Anything that was
which
tailored for
green,
me. You know what I'm saying?
G.
Yeah, for the G. You stuck on that rainbow. I'd have told your ass. But yeah, she was amazing, and then they were pretty much styling it after Lena. And Lena is a fashionista, so
yeah. I definitely was Googling like Whitney Houston tees when I was watching the first season.
Oh yeah, they had her fly, which for a broke bitch, she was the flyest, swaggiest broke bitch.
I definitely thought that was part of it. Like, maybe she's got messed up priorities, because shoe game's crazy.
Sure.
The
for sure
vintage t-shirt game, she's clearly going around or something and getting these shirts.
Oh yeah, ain't nobody gotta know I'm sleeping on a mattress on my friend's floor. As long as when I'm in the world, I present myself properly. But no, don't have those priorities. But yeah, no, they kept her swagged out. The one thing they did, I think, keep realistic. Well, that's realistic too, because we all know somebody that ain't got no money that got the freshest shoes, the nicest clothes. Stay swagged out, but don't have their own place, or which we all gotta do it however way you want to do it. But yeah, Hattie was a little different for me in that, because I love really nice stuff, but I'ma just wait. I'm not gonna put myself in a bind. Okay. Now I have put myself in a bind for some weed, like. My first year in LA, I was scratched. I was like, shoot, I could be broke or I could be chilling. If I had $20, yeah, I might spend most of it on a dime sack. Okay. Just to get me through the night. But yeah, growing up, I never was that kid that I always wanted Jordans, but my mama would be like, this is your set amount for your Christmas. My brother would get like 2 pair of shoes. I was like, no, give me my money. I need to spread this out, Okay. She might say,
what are you spending the money on?
I will spend money on electronics.
Okay.
I will drop bread on like a $3,500 camera. It's worth it. Because to me, I'll justify how I'm integrating into my life as a benefit. Sneakers. Yeah, you look fresh. You know what? I did recognize men especially look down at your shoes. Like, if they like your outfit, they immediately go to your shoes too. Women too, probably. But I noticed that, like, the other day I had on this, pretty fly outfit, but I couldn't figure out my shoes, and I just had to get out. You know what I'm saying? So I had on some shoes that were a little dirty, but expensive dirty, which is a thing now. Okay. Like, people will literally pay for scuffed up shoes. But so maybe they were looking at the shoes because they liked the shoes, because they was some Axel Arigato. So not no bum shoes. Okay. They just need to be wiped down. But I immediately noticed every dude was like checking my outfit and then looking at my shoes, and it made me insecure. Like, damn, I should have wiped my shoes off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so I get why people care so much about shoes and nice shoes. It's important.
I'm trying to quit.
You are an addict. I heard about you. You just had to get rid of a couple. I know Quinn was like, and you got, what size shoe you wear? Men got big feet.
I wear a 12.
Boy,
no, the box be huge.
What?
Yeah.
They got to go. You taking up too much space. 12s?
Mm-hmm.
Sir? No, sir. I think my brother wear a 12 too. Y'all shoes take up a lot of space.
All right. You trying to get me to send your little brother some shoes? That's what's going on?
You know what's crazy? My little brother, one of them is like you.
Okay.
He will buy clothes and shoes, and he gotta be clean.
Yeah.
The other one, we just are more like, we just want to be neat and look presentable and nice and fresh, and he'll put money. I'm the type too. I'll put money in a car or electronics. He's the same way. We're both Aries, so maybe it's an Aries thing.
Oh, my sister's an Aries.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What's her birthday?
March 26th.
Oh, she a March Aries.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got an ex whose birthday was March 26th.
Okay.
I still, either it's my ex-girlfriend or my ex-boyfriend. Both of them were March Arieses. One of them I still fuck with highly. He's like one of my best friends. He actually just had a daughter, which I'm like, oh. But the other one, we cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's dope. March Arieses are cool. What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Interessante.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much
Me,
about
Kanye, Tupac,
do
Prince.
you have another side? I don't think I've seen a flip of your personality.
I think on stage is one version, and then off stage might be another version.
Okay, but it's not drastic.
No, it's not drastic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe when I do karaoke, that might be a whole different. Sometimes when I do character work, people be like, "Dang, I didn't even know you could."
You could switch it up. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I always thought Gemini wasn't so performative, but just like even in your everyday, you have a switch. But who knows?
I don't know. Maybe
Tupac was performing though to a certain degree, even in his everyday.
Yeah.
And Kanye is too.
Kanye, Andre 3000, Gemini.
Oh, okay. He been playing his little flute all over the world, which I love for him.
Shout out Andre 3000. Come by the show anytime.
Please. I heard he's shy. I said I'm gonna start being shy. All the shy girls get booked.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it seems
I feel like you have a lot of personality though. I feel like if you were shy, you would. I don't know if you would enjoy that.
I was shy as a kid.
Yeah.
And I had to grow out of it.
Were you shy everywhere? Because I feel like some people would describe me as shy, and then other people like, definitely not.
I was shy alone. I was shy unless I was alone.
Okay.
And then I showed my personality. But then
to yourself.
Yeah, to myself. And my bunny rabbit. I had a bunny when I was a kid.
Shout out to the bunny.
I live with my great grandparents. Shout out to Floppy and Peter. I had 2 rabbits.
Okay.
Peter Cottontail. And Floppy. But I lived with my great grandparents by myself for a few years, so I was kind of an only child. So I just had to have a hella imagination. But then when I moved back with my mom, I had hella cousins, and we was all the same age. And so that's when I think my personality came out, because it was like a class of kids. And when you got that many kids, it's different personalities. Somebody gonna be the cool kid, somebody to, get along with everybody kid, somebody's the bully, and so, they tried to, one of my cousins, she tried to bully me initially, and then they would make note of how I spoke. Because I with my great grandparents, I went to school. I would be like one of 2 black kids, in the whole class, and they would be like 4 black kids in the grade, and they would put me and the black boy in one class and the black girl in the other black boy, which always pissed me off because I'm like, why wouldn't you put me with the black girl? Like, I don't want to be with Adam. I hated Adam. Adam was a problem. But anyway, shout out to Adam. I'll never forget. He's the one that told me Santa Claus wasn't real, and it really it messed things up for me for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
You never had any doubt?
My great grandma was the best Santa Claus ever. She hid the toy. I don't know how she did it. Well, one, she was retired, so when we was at school, she probably went. But she used to give us like the JCPenney catalog and be like, "Circle what you want Santa Claus to bring."
Same, my grandmother used to do that. Yeah,
it was the best. Or the Toys R Us, And I know now she would put the stuff up in the attic on the porch, but Yeah, like our situation, we used to leave cookies out. The cookies be half eaten. I mean, she really sold it. You know, she really made it magical for us. And then Adam, one day on the bus, was like, "If you believe in Santa Claus, raise your hand." And I was sitting there. I ain't raised my hand, but a couple people did. And he started going in on them, and I was like, "Is he lying?" And then that Christmas, I stayed up, and I realized he wasn't.
Dang.
And it messed it up for me. I was like, "Dang, Adam wasn't lying."
Adam probably had a bad Christmas though.
Oh, he for sure. He was going through some things.
Adam was going through it and was like, "Nah, y'all gonna go through it with me."
Yeah, no, for sure. And he had stayed back twice, so he was way older than us.
Oh, dang.
He was small though.
Okay.
Yeah. Adam was interesting. It'll be interesting to see where Adam is these days. But they were great Santa Clauses, and I enjoyed it. I would have loved for that to go as long as possible.
Yeah.
But I wonder now if I would, if I had kids, if I would teach them about Santa Claus. I don't know. Would you?
I can't wait to do Elf on the Shelf.
I don't know. That's just the elf move every day or something like that.
Yeah. And if you touch it, then like something bad will happen. Like there's videos of kids like the elf fell and then the parent picked it up and the girls is like crying, losing it.
Yeah. I seen one where they wrote on the boy face and they said the elf did it and he was like looking out. But the Elf on the Shelf, I didn't do that. I did Flat Stanley.
I don't think they had that when we was young. I think we older than Elf on the Shelf.
Did you do Flat Stanley?
I don't know Flat Stanley.
Oh, okay, that was something in school where you read a book and you had like a little man that as you traveled, you would have to take a picture with the... Anyway, over the summer, they would give you this thing called Flat Stanley, and you had to take it with you on your adventures through the summer and take pictures and then come back and tell the journey of Flat Stanley.
Dang.
Yeah.
This before digital cameras. Are y'all got a disposable camera with Flat Stanley?
Yeah, in that posing with Flat Stanley and because you knew you had your project coming up when you got back.
Yeah.
My grandma took it serious. She was like a PTA mom. Like I grew up like a Disney kid.
Okay.
And then I moved with my mom. Completely different.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was mostly black kids. And I love being around my people. It's a little jarring at first though.
Okay. That's true.
When you speak different,
So how did you speak? I can't picture you speaking in a way that's like not
Well, my cousin would be like, "Why you talk like a white girl?" And then my grandma would say, "She doesn't talk like a white girl. She speaks proper." And eventually I assimilated and had to just, you gotta learn how to code switch. I'm grateful, for the ability to be able to, and I read a lot of books too. So I would just use words. Like I used to tell people I was lactose intolerant when I was in the 3rd grade.
Oh yeah, no, we never say intolerant. Yeah, we just say lactose.
I was lactose intolerant.
That's
but
crazy.
I didn't even know what it meant. I thought it meant I didn't like cheese. I was lying, and my cousins was like, "She weird." You
don't like cheese?
Now I've grown into it.
Okay, I'm not a big cheese person.
I'm not a big cheese person still.
And I get smoked for it.
I don't eat macaroni
people
and cheese.
like roll up on me like, "Are you serious? How could you not like cheese?"
No, people really care about macaroni and cheese, especially in the black community. But
I hate when I order a hamburger and then somebody puts cheese on it.
Yeah.
Because they assume that I just wanted cheese.
You want cheese, yeah.
And it's like, no, I didn't say cheeseburger.
Yeah, people
I
do
said
assume.
hamburger.
They think they're doing you a favor when they add the cheese. But nah, I didn't grow up liking cheese. I hated it. And, I couldn't, to this day, I could never drink a glass of milk. My body won't allow it. Like I gag and will throw up. Yeah, can you drink milk?
I'm the last of a dying breed.
You drink milk?
I could drink whole milk if I wanted to.
Ew. It's nasty. That's like straight out the udder. My grandma would make me sit at the kitchen table for hours because I refused to drink the milk after the cereal.
Yeah.
So now I put a little bit of milk in and pour the cereal in a little bit at a time. And by the time I finish eating the cereal, the milk is gone too. But as a kid, she would be like, "You gonna sit there until you drink that milk?" And I would try and be like gagging, and I would just be there until bedtime. We had a TV in the kitchen,
so school, no chocolate milk, no strawberry milk.
I could do chocolate,
okay,
but do I enjoy it? Strawberry, absolutely not. That's disgusting. Chocolate milk, cool. White milk, heck no. It was like I can't do it. I want to.
Yeah.
But my taste buds, my body is like, this is not good. Don't do, like, I gag. I don't know.
Our school was so big, chocolate milk would go real quick.
Yeah.
And then, by the time, like, if you ain't just run to lunch
Yeah.
or skip and then go to lunch, like, you was going to end up with some white milk.
Chocolate milk got to be ice cold for me to drink it. Like,
Okay.
Soon after I take it out the cooler, shake it up, I got to pretty much take it back. Because if it get warm, no, thank you. Like, milkshakes, they got to be thick. I don't like them when they melt. I'm throwing it away. It's something about textures.
Okay.
Like, I want to do a cooking show, but it would have to probably be, like, fried foods only.
Fried foods only.
Yeah, it got to be crunchy. I can't do.
Out the grease.
Out the grease.
With JoJo T. Gibbs.
Ooh. Ooh, straight out the grease.
Straight out the grease.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
I would be a good judge of taste and stuff, but I don't do spicy stuff, so that might be a hindrance.
Okay.
Also, I just don't do mushy stuff. Like, I can't do oysters.
You do enough seasons, y'all gonna get around to like fried Oreos and like.
Oh yeah, I definitely would love to do a fair, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, going to different fairs and stuff like that.
Funnel cake.
But everybody's done that. That's been done. I mean, you can go on YouTube and see so many people eating and stuff like that. But not with my comedic, timing and everything.
You figure out how to make it different.
Yeah.
You know, we'll learn all about grease.
You know, it is a thing that you should know, because when frying chicken, you do have to be particular about the type of grease you use to make it good.
Did you know?
Oh, I didn't know what you was doing. I thought you was giving me a pounders.
Did you know that there's a truck that comes to like these chicken places and picks up their old grease to go take it to a place and recycle it?
Yeah.
And so like we have been eating recycled grease for years.
Yeah, they filter it. I mean, honestly, that's better than like putting it into the, ecosystem.
Yeah, no, but we're putting it into our systems again.
But they filter it, so it's okay, right? Are they rebottling the oil?
I don't know. How much do you trust them with your grease? How much do you trust?
Honestly, you shouldn't trust any restaurants. It's always going to be a nasty person in every restaurant. Even when I worked at Cheesecake, it was this girl in there. She looked crazy, though. But
Okay.
I don't know. This table pissed her off, and she took ice out of she got their ice out of the used ice that people had been dumping.
Dang.
Yeah, and I was like, I was too busy. I was like, I didn't see that. I was like, maybe they deserve it. I don't know. But that was disgusting to me. So don't play with people that serve your food.
For the people listening, JoJo had 2 plates.
Yeah, I was busy. I was like, oh, this bitch crazy. Like, that's nasty. Like, you don't play with people's food like that. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, cheesecake. Shout out to the cheesecake. Ding, 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 ding. I beat you.
JoJo, I appreciate you coming on the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. Anything you want to promote to the people, tell the people about? Where can they find you?
I got a couple projects coming out. I have a movie right now. Why the hell is her name so hard to find? Okay, she about to be... Okay, here it is. Anyway, I have a movie on Hulu, if you're into Christmas movies, called Something from Tiffany's.
Okay.
20s, I think you can get on Hulu or BET Plus. And Fresh. Fresh is on Hulu. Damn, I got a lot of... I'm lying. Something from Tiffany's is on Amazon Prime. Let me not mix that up.
Okay.
I meant to say Fresh is on Hulu and Something from Tiffany's is on Amazon Prime. And
gotcha.
Got a couple other movies coming out
on.
next year. Yeah, God is good. And then I'm getting back on the comedy
screen.
So it's this Saturday. If this is going to come out, this is going to be... Okay, it don't even have... Okay, it's called Backyard Comedy Battle. It don't even have the address on here, so I did my best.
Look up Backyard Comedy Battle.
Yeah, Backyard Comedy Battle. I'll post it. Check me out. You can follow me on Instagram at JoJo T Gibbs. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know when these other projects are coming out, so I think right now, yeah, I want to do my own series. I want to write, so that's what I've been focusing on, and I would love to do a comedy special, so, TBD. More things to come. Yes. So, I'll be doing your comedy show one of these days.
Yeah,
you ain't even
June 21st, right?
Is it really that far out?
I think so.
Oh, damn. Let me write that down.
Because you hit me on May 21st and you was like, hey, I'm sorry. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'll be on Rob's comedy show at Motherland on June 21st. But yeah, other than that, we just acting. And,
okay. Just acting, just booking stuff, first shot out, still working consistently.
God is
like
good.
Some people that booked some first audition, you never hear from them again. You know what I'm saying? You still out here.
God is good.
Yeah.
And, I was talking to a friend. I was like, so much has happened in the beginning of my career. It's crazy. Like COVID and then a writer's strike. I'm like, man, I think once all this stuff clears up, it'll be all steam ahead, So I'm excited for that. But thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
Of course.
This has been the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze.